ಓಕೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಹಂ ಪದಾರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ಅಹಂ ಆತ್ಮ, ದ ರಿಯಲ್ ಐ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ. ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂದೆ, ಆ ಐನ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ನಾವ್ ಏನೇ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ನಾನು ಅಂತದ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ನಾನುನ ವಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಕೀಪ್, ನಾವ್ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಾಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಅನಾತ್ಮ ರೂಪಕ್ಕೆ ಆರೋಪ ಉಪಾಧಿಯಾಗಿ ಬಳಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ವಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಟೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟೀಸ್, ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ ರೋಲ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಆ ರಿಯಲ್ ಐ ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ವಿಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟೀಸ್. ನಾವ್ ಏನೇನ್ ಉಪಾಧಿಗಳನ್ನ ಆರೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವೋ ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ ರೂಪವಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಿತ್ಯ. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಸ್ಥಾತ್ರಯ, 3 ಅವಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನ ತಗೊಬಹುದು. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಎದ್ದಿದ್ದಾಗ ಏನೇನ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಜಾಗೃತ ಅವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಅವಾಗ್ಲೂ ದಟ್ ಐ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದಟ್. ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದಟ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸುಷುಪ್ತವಾತಿ, ಲೈಕ್ ಆ ನಿದ್ರಾ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಬುದ್ಧಿ, ಲೈಕ್ ಜಾಗೃತ ಅಂಡ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈಂಡ್, ಅಟ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಆರ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್. ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಜಾಗೃತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ದ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರತ್ತೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಸುಷುಪ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಇನ್ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆದಾಗ್ಲೂ ದಟ್ ಆತ್ಮ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಅಂತ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಔಟ್, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ದೃಢ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ, ದಟ್ ಆತ್ಮ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಅಂತ. ಅದ್ರ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಶ್ರುತಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಿತ್ಯ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಟರ್ನಲ್. ಲೈಕ್ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆನಲ್ಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಸನಾತನ ಅಂತ, ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನೆವರ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ನೆವರ್ ಡೈಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಅಂತ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗಾತ್ಮ ಸದ್ವಿಲಕ್ಷಣ ಅಂತ. ಲೈಕ್ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅದು ಲೈಕ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗಾತ್ಮ ಸದ್ವಿಲಕ್ಷಣ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ದ್ವಿಲಕ್ಷಣ ಇದು ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಟಲ್ ಗಿಂತ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ನಾವ್ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ತತ್ವಬೋಧದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಹೇಗೆ ದ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ, ದ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸಟಲ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ದ ಆತ್ಮ ಇಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದೀಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಲೈಕ್ ಇವಾಗ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದು ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್, in gross element ಅಲ್ಲಿ we can take earth, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ 5 elements. The most like one element is subtler than the other element. ಇವಾಗ ಭೂಮಿಗಿಂತ like the water is more subtler than the earth, and air is more subtler than water, and space like ಅದು subtler ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. And this is just in the gross world ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, and ಆತ್ಮ is beyond all our senses. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಆ ತರ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಸಟ್ಲೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಆಲ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಸಿ ಅಂತ.
ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ? ಶ್ರುತಿ ಏನ್ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಮ್ಮ?
ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಸೊ ದ ಐ ಇಸ್ ದ ರಿಯಲ್ ವಿಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಂತ. ಇವಾಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಗುರುಜಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಒಂದು ಸಿನಿಮಾ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪರದೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಲವಾರು ಸಿನಿಮಾಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಆ ಪರದೆ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಈ ಐ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವಿಟ್ನೆಸಿಂಗ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಇಂಟೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್, ನಾವ್ ಏನೇನ್ ಈ ಬಾಡಿ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಇಂಟೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಏನೇನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರುತ್ತೋ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವಿಟ್ನೆಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅ ವಿಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಈಗೋ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಸೊ ಈ ವಿಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಸೊ ಹೇಗೆ ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಒಂದು ಸಿನಿಮಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವ್ ಆ ಪರದೆನ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಮರ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರೇ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಆ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಬೆಳಗಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಆ ಪರದೆ. ಸೊ ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ ಪರದೆ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದೇರ್. That parade is constant. So ಹಾಗೇನೆ this eye is always there even in deep sleep. So ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ deep sleep state ಎಷ್ಟನೇ ಹೇಳಂಗೆ ಇದು ಮೂರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬಹುದು. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ವೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ನಾವು ಓಕೆ ನಾನ್ ಎದ್ದೆ, ಇದ್ ನನ್ ದೇಹ, ಓಕೆ ನಾನ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಆ ನಾನು ಅನ್ನೋ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಎದ್ದಾಗ ವೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾವು ಆ ನಾನು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಬೇರೆದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಫ್ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್. ಹಾಗೇನೆ ನಾವು ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಪ್ಯಾರಿಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋದೆ, ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸುತ್ತಾಡ್ದೆ, ಅಥವಾ ವಿಲ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ನಮ್ ಸುತ್ತ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ವಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಟ್ ಓಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ಭವಿಸಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಗೋ ಟು ಡೀಪ್ ಸ್ಲೀಪ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಮನಸ್ಸು, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಬಾಡಿ, ಬಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅಸ್ ಕಾಸಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ. ಅದು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಕಾರಣ ಶರೀರ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಐ ಥಾಟ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಐ ಥಾಟ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇವನ್ ಇನ್ ಡೀಪ್ ಸ್ಲೀಪ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಐ ಥಾಟ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಬ್ರೂತೆ ಹ್ಯಾಜೋ ನಿತ್ಯ ಇತಿ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ನಿತ್ಯ. ಶ್ರುತಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಶ್ರುತಿ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಿತ್ಯ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಏನದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹುಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಸಾವಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಎಟರ್ನಲ್ ಅಂತ ಶ್ರುತಿ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಇದು ತತ್ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗಾತ್ಮ ಸದ ದ್ವಿಲಕ್ಷಣ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ತತ್ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗಾತ್ಮ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸದಸ ದ್ವಿಲಕ್ಷಣ, ಇದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಟಲ್.
ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಟಲ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್
ಇತ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಷ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ
ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ತತ್ ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಗಾತ್ಮ ಓಕೆ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟು, ಇದೇ ಆತ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಸ್ವಯಂ ತತ್ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗಾತ್ಮ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗಾತ್ಮ. ಸತ್ ಸ ವಿಲಕ್ಷಣ, that is sat is it is Paramatman and is different from the other ಅಂತ. ಲಕ್ಷಣ ವಿಲಕ್ಷಣ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಅದರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ.
ಓಕೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು ಪರಮಾತ್ಮಂದು. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಟ್ಲರ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಗ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಈ 3 ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಡಿ, ಮೈಂಡ್, ಇಂಟೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವು, ಬಾಡಿ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅನ್ಬಾರ್ನ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹುಟ್ಟು ಸಾವು ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸಟಲ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್. ಬಟ್ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಿತ್ಯ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಸೊ ಆತರ ಅನ್ಕೋಬಹುದು.
ಹಾಗೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು.
Since is referring to deep sleep state, deep sleep state ಅಲ್ಲಿ the gross and subtle body is not at all active, but the causal body is there. Alva? So it is different from that, and it is able to observe everything, alva? So adukkosa it is different from the gross and subtle. See, my a little bit of my understanding is, see, we are now doing Nidhidhyasana. First of all, Nidhidhyasana is done after the shravana and manana. We have gained enough knowledge, but then that's only information level alli, the brain alli. We have to put it into practice. Alva? So Nidhidhyasana is an exercise to put whatever we have learned into practice. Now Nidhidhyasana is a kind of a meditation. Now in that meditation, we are supposed to, first of all, shield ourselves from other thoughts. And whatever the main thought we have learned through the Shastra, we are supposed to meditate on that, or think only, contemplate on that. Okay? So, adike helodu sajatiya vritti. You have to have thoughts connected with that. But vijatiya vritti you must have. That means contrary to that should be avoided ಅಂತ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಕೂತ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇವಾಗ ಏನೇನೋ ಯೋಚನೆಗಳು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, It's unlike this Patanjali's yoga shastra, samadhi andaga, you chitta vritti nirodhali, no thoughts and bittare. Illi hagalla. Vedanta doesn't say you must have a thought, you can have a thought, but the thought should all be related, and contrary thought should be avoided. Adike we do all that preparation initially, go to a lonely place, do a little bit of prayer, om chanting, adella madodu, to ward away the unnecessary thoughts and bring the mind to the what we want to do. Alva? So that is the purpose of Nidhidhyasa. Now, Nidhidhyasa ಕೂತ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, these slokas which we are going through is what kind of thoughts we should entertain during Nidhidhyasana anta. Alva? So, illi the thing is, he is telling, because mind will not rest in one place, it will not stick to one, it will go here, there, everywhere. But our job is to bring it back from going away, but then it doesn't matter if it's it should be a thought related to what I'm thinking of. Anta. So, since I am, main thing is, I must feel that I am Brahman. Brahmakara Vritti. That has to be in us. Now, I am Brahman anta. I should start feeling, I should start acting as I am Brahman. Alva? So, how to impose that thought in me? I have to keep thinking about it. But adu allu illu hoga sadi. So thoughts related to what is Brahman, it is Nitya, lakshanagal ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು. So here is this shloka is something like that. Aham padartha astvaham iti sakshi. Idu sakshi. First of all, one thing we must also remember in this Vedanta, very often this aham na, that I na, ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಪದಾರ್ಥ ಅಂತೀವಿ, ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ನಿತ್ಯ ವಸ್ತು ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಕೆಲವು ಕಡೆ. So we should, it is either called as aham padartha or it is nitya vastu, depending on the text. Some texts use it as padartha, some texts use it as vastu. So, but we should not think that it is something, a thing, just because that word is used. So aham padartha, it's a sakshi, as you people said, it is a witness. So it is witness to what everything that happens during sushupta avapi bhava darshana. That means not only in sushupti, it also means this includes all the three states. When you say sushupti avastha, it includes jagrat, sushupti, and swapna and sushupti. Alva? All the three states are included in that. So, so in all that, but we don't realize that as Yashmita said, nanu andaga, we always think this body is me, anta. But when I keep using the word I, it is, I'm actually referring to Paramatman, but I don't realize that I'm referring to Paramatman. I'm thinking I'm the body, I'm the mind and all. Alva? Adike, so illond example ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಚಿನ್ಮಯಾನಂದರು. When I say I was unhappy when my wife died, I was unhappy when my wife died andaga, that means I am conscious of that sorrow even now. Alva? So though it happened some time back, I was unhappy ಅನ್ನೋದು ಆ ಅರಿವು ಇವತ್ತು ನನಗಿದೆ. I am conscious of its environments and of its experience. ಅವಾಗ ಏನೇನಾಯ್ತು, ಏನೇನ್ ಸಂದರ್ಭ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? So the subjects and the objects, all experience are known by me.
Yes.
So I was there, then I am here now also ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. Alva? Subject has changed, object has changed, experience has changed, but that I remains the same. So this I is the real I, that is Nitya. So it is in time, it has not changed. Alva? Time has changed. My wife died so many years back, circumstances were changing, but I still remember everything now. Alva? So how do I remember? Because it's imprinted in my eye. So that is there all the time. It was there ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನೋ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಅವರ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಹಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್, ಮೈಂಡ್ ಹಸ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಹಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ವಿ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Where is it imprinted? It is in that real I. So real hage, then we also know the three bodies, Stula, Sukshma and Karana. So this Karana Sharira is what? It has got all the imprints of our thoughts and vasanas in a seed form. That is what is Karana Sharira, alva? It has got all the vasanas and imprints. Ivindu, haledu, purva janmada ade vasanegalu. Amele whatever thing, the seed form. Because so many things we think before we go to deep sleep. Again, when we get up, suddenly the thought comes back, alva? There was this. It was all in the Karana Sharira. So therefore, the Karana Sharira is alive even when we are asleep. So therefore, all these experiences get recorded there. So and that Karana Sharira can function only if I is there.
Yeah, correct.
All the three Shariras are functioning only because of the I, alva? So that means the I is there all the time. So that we must understand. So now, though we keep telling I, we must think that this I is mainly, it's okay in our day-to-day life, but when we sit for meditation, we must know this I is the Paramatman. Anta. And what is the nature of this Paramatman? It is already the Shruti has said, it is Nitya, all the characteristics, eternal, all pervading, it is Nirakara, Nirguna, all these things Shruti tells, alva? Yeah. So all that has already Shruti said, and Shruti is our pramana. We have accepted Shruti as our pramana. So therefore, we have to remember that. So that Pratyagatma, illi Pratyagatma andre enu andre, see, there are two things. We know Brahman, he is all pervading. But that Brahman only is inside us. He is enclosed. This enclosed Brahman in the body is called Pratyagatma. What we were calling as Atma is Pratyagatma. Actually, it's like, we always discuss that example, alva? Like space is there. The moment I build walls, the space gets enclosed. So this becomes conditioned space. It is conditioned, its shape, everything is defined by the walls. But the outside space is unconditioned. But otherwise, there is no difference between the inside space and outside space. You understand? So Brahman is all over in the universe. Everywhere he is in the elements, he is in the, everything is there, and he is also in every jiva. But what is enclosed in a jiva, that Brahman is called Pratyagatma.
Okay.
You understand? So this, but there is no difference between Pratyagatma and Brahman. That is what, when we discussed that Tattvamasi, we have seen.
Meaning.
We must remember that it's like the Atma inside the body is like space inside a room, and the Brahman is like space outside. There is no difference between the two. Only we are seeing, because of the walls, we are seeing it as enclosed space. Otherwise, there's no difference between this and that, alva? It is the walls that is make us feel the difference, but there is no difference. That walls make us feel that is the ignorance. You understand?
Yeah.
The walls are the ignorance. Like the body is the ignorance. Otherwise, the Atma inside and the Brahman outside has got no difference. So, Pratyagatma, it is that Atma which is inside every human or every living being.
Okay.
Okay. And that we say they are different, because when we say they are different, we are not talking about Atma, we are talking about Jiva. Because every human being or every living being, body is different, mind is different, uh, uh, intellect is different, all because of the karmas, alva,
Okay.
to which they have born. So the moment we say they are different, then we are talking about jiva,
Okay.
alva. But when we are talking about atma, there is no difference between a living being and Brahman, alva.
Yes, yes. ಹೌದು.
So ಹೀಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ತರ ಯೋಚನೆಗಳ ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವಿರಬೇಕು. Then what happens is gradually we will start thinking on those lines. So it has to be superimposed ನಮ್ಮ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇರೋ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಂತ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೀನು 320 ಅದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು. So that is what this shloka is trying to tell, that this I is there all the time. You think over it. Actually, we know, but we are not giving a deep thought to it. So when you sit in the seat of meditation for Nidhidhyasana, give this thought that this I was there, even now I was there at that time also. But what was changing was only that body, mind, intellect, circumstances, everything has changed, but the I has remained all through the same. And that I is the Paramatman, which is enclosed in this body. And I am thinking it to be different, but it is not different. It's the same as Brahman.
Different from the body and the subtle, gross and the subtle ಅಂತ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು. Because it is inside the body, that is called as Pratyagatma.
Pratyagatma. ಅದು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ
gross and
for reference sake we are telling, but actually there's no difference between the body, the Atma inside the body and the Brahman outside, alva? So that is what. So you have to keep thinking like this. So if you keep on thinking like that, that's what I said. You need not stick to I am Brahman, I am Aham Brahmasmi. Adu sumne, it becomes a repetition. Nothing goes in. But we arrived at that. What does it mean? What are all the arguments we discussed to arrive at that statement Aham Brahmasmi? Adike we have to analyze. The more we analyze and think about it, it remains in us more, alva? ಇವಾಗ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಬಾಯ್ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಅದ್ರ ಅರ್ಥ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೂ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್, ಬಟ್ ಹೌ ಡಿಡ್ ವಿ ಅರೈವ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಮೆಲುಕು ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ doing Nidhidhyasana. So it's gradually taking us how to develop this Aham Brahmasmi thought in us. So that is the thing. So now shall we go to the other shloka, 320?
Shruti Otya.
Drishyam pratitam Jensen. San matra
manandaghanam.
Manandadhanam. Vibhavayan. Samahitaha san bahir antaram va kalam nayetaha sati karma bande.
2 minutes ಬಂದೆ ಕಣೆ, 1 ನಿಮಿಷ.
ಹೇಳದ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ.
ಸಾರಿ ಬಂದೆ.
ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೇಳ್ತ್ಯಾ?
ಸರಿ. ಏನಿದೆ? ದೃಶ್ಯಂ ಪ್ರತೀತಂ ಪ್ರವಿಲಾಪ್ಯಸನ್. ಅದೇ ಏನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯೋ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಅವರ್ ನಮ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸೆನ್ಸರಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಏನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದು ಆ, ದೃಶ್ಯಂ ಪ್ರತೀತಂ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರತೀತಂ ಪ್ರವೀಲಾಪ್ಯಸಂ. ಓಕೆ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ವರ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ವರ್ಡ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ
ಓದು, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ಸೊ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಜಗತ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯೋ ಲೈಕ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಸಿ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಪರ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಏನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನ್ ವಾಸನೆ ಆರ್ ನಮ್ ಪರಿಕಲ್ಪನೆ ಇದೆ, ಆರ್ ಓನ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಕನ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್, ಮತ್ತೆ ಔಟರ್ ಏನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯೋ ಇದನ್ ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಕಾರಣ ಲೈಕ್
They disappear. They disappear.
ಓಕೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಏನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಒನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಲೈಕ್ ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಗಿವ್ ಅ ಡೀಪ್ ಥಾಟ್, ಆ ಡೀಪ್ ಥಾಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ದಟ್ ಅನಾತ್ಮ ವಿಲ್ ಫೇಡ್ ಅವೇ ಅಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಟ್ರುತ್ ದಟ್
Remains.
ದಟ್ ರಿಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ರೆಸಿಡುವಲ್ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಅಂತ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. Luckily, I recently went through another text in this.
ಓಕೆ.
See, first of all, Nidhidhyasana, as I told you, it's meditation. So meditation on I am Brahman, anta Brahmakara Vritti ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So ಇದನ್ನ, as I told you, we can, it's not necessary I should say I am Brahman, ನಾನು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. Anything related to make you understand what is Brahman, those thoughts can be had. But gradually you should come down to one or two thoughts. It is I am Nitya, I am Sanatana, I am all pervading. Hagenta onde thought. So Nidhidhyasana is first of all what it's an exercise of putting lot of effort on one thought, that I am Brahman, and that thoughts related to Brahman. Okay. So what is Nidhidhyasa? It's full of effort by the mind. Hello? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ನಿಮ್ಮಿಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ? Okay. So Nidhidhyasana is first of all an exercise of the mind where you are consciously thinking about Brahman and thoughts related to Brahman with all efforts to see that the mind doesn't go away. Like, you should not get distracted. So this is Nidhidhyasana. Now, once you continuously sit and do Nidhidhyasana, what happens is this thought, the moment you sit for Nidhidhyasana, it becomes automatic. Like anything, ಇವಾಗ mind ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಏನೇನೋ ಯೋಚನೆಗಳು ಬರ್ತವೆ. The moment ನಾವು ದೇವ್ರ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ದೀಪ ಅಂಟಿಸೋಕೆ ಹೋದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ದೇವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಯೋಚನೆಗಳು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. The mind gets diverted, ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹಾಗೆ this Nidhidhyasana, if you continuously do, then this thought of Brahmakara becomes effortless.
Okay.
So when it becomes effortless, first you put in lot of effort, you keep on doing, then the moment you sit, it becomes effortless. That is called as Savikalpa Samadhi. Nidhidhyasana, there is effort. But in Savikalpa Samadhi, there is no effort. But the thought is there, I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman. So when you say the thought I am Brahman is there, or thoughts related to Brahman is there, there is a knower, known, and knowing. Triputi.
Okay.
I'm thinking of Brahman. That is that thought. I am Brahman. Brahman, it is a thought. I'm trying to know Brahman. That's an experience, alva. So wherever there is a thought, there is a knower, known, and knowing. Triputi. So in Nidhidhyasana, there is effort and Triputi is there. In Savikalpa Samadhi, it is effortless, but Triputi is still there. I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman. But what happens as you keep on doing like this, it so happens I am Brahman. It not only becomes effort, the thought itself disappears, it dissolves. I am Brahman, it gets dissolved in the Brahman.
It's not something you think that, okay, you have to think that.
You are not thinking anymore. It has got dissolved in the Brahmakara Vritti. That is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So that is the actual state of Jnani. Once a Jnani experiences that state, that means that Brahmakara Vritti also dissolves in the Brahman. See, there in Brahman only Brahman is there. Vritti is also something different, no? Like, see, example ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ in ಇದು ಹಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ. When we put hal is different, sakre is different. But when sakre dissolves in the milk, you can't see the sugar. Only milk is there. But the taste of sugar is there in it. So the Brahmakara Vritti dissolves in Brahman. See, the Vritti was Anatma, alva? The Triputi was there. Knower, knowing, known. Now, everything has gone. Everything was only I is there. So, that is called as Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So, this is the three states of Samadhi. We start with Nidhidhyasana, where there's a lot of effort is there, and the Triputi is there. I am Brahman, I am Brahman. Knower, knowing is there. Then gradually with practice, it becomes Savikalpa Samadhi, where the thought is effortless. There is no effort. We don't put much effort. But then that still I am Brahman, the thought is there in the mind. Knower, knowing is still there. Then as you keep doing something, you go into a state where that thought itself disappears. You understand? You are Brahman. That is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Okay, so we are trying to reach this Nirvikalpa Samadhi through Nidhidhyasana. Okay. So now, idin ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಈ ಸಮಾಧಿಲಿ there are obstacles. First obstacle is called Laya, Nidde.
Okay.
The moment you sit with Nidhidhyasana, Nidde varade. And you know the causes of sleep, either less sleep, or too much sleep, overeating, or you would have done a lot of physical work. All these are the causes for tamas. We have the three gunas. Tamas overpowers and you tend to sleep. Now, how to get over that sleep? When you know you're almost sleeping, nidde bandbitta ide, I'm going away from my meditation, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎದ್ದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೇರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಥಾಟ್ ತಂದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ you make your body and mind mentally active and again sit.
Okay.
This is the first obstacle. The second obstacle is called as vikshepa. Vikshepa is due to rajas. Too much of overactive mind. I am Brahman, suddenly office, news, thoughts ella barutte. Too many thoughts come. Alva? That is Rajoguna. Due to Rajoguna overpowers us. So how to think? Then alli again effort mark. Oh, I am running away. I should bring my mind back to this. I should not think about that. And that we have to put in an effort to stop that thought and bring that mind back to what we want to think. That is Vikshepa. And the third is called as Kashaya.
Kashaya.
And that is what he's telling in the last. Kalam nayeta sati karma bandehe. See, what happens is, now when we sit for meditation, kannu muchkondidivi, karmani, ella training ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ to withdraw our senses from the world. We have given a thought. We are doing everything possible we are doing. Especially Guruji, if you start focusing on the breath, the idea of focusing on the breath is to come to present. Forget about the past and you leave the past, you leave the future, and you are in the present when you start breathing and you focus on the breath. So you come to all that you're doing everything possible. But still what happens is, some old thoughts, ನಮ್ಮ ಚಿಕ್ಕಂದಲ್ಲಿ unconscious mind ಅಲ್ಲಿ there will be some thoughts, ಹಳೆಯ ನೆನಪುಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನೋ ಯಾರೋ ಬೈದಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆವಾಗ ಅಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, I was ill treated by somebody. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಸಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, we wouldn't have expressed it. These suppressed thoughts, It could be suppressed in this Janma, or it could be suppressed vasanas of previous Janma also. So the suppressed thoughts have a tendency to come up when your mind becomes quiet. See, conscious level, you have controlled your mind. You made it very quiet. You made your mind very quiet. But when you make the mind quiet, then there is a chance, depending upon how many suppressed thoughts you have, the suppressed thoughts from the unconscious mind start coming up. So that will disturb you. Yaudo kalad yellow agid yado, something which is affecting you comes out. So that is called as kashaya. That is what is it. This is called as residual prarabdha.
Karma bandha.
Karma bandha, residual prarabdha. Now, how to get rid of it? You cannot get rid of it. You have to keep on doing Nidhidhyasana. Only time it comes and it goes away on its own. See, suppressed thoughts will come up. You can't stop it. And it will take its own time to go. So for somebody, it may go in 3 days. Somebody, it may take weeks to go. So you should continue your Nidhidhyasana. Okay. Then there is a fourth obstacle, and that is called as rasaswada. See, the moment the Nidhidhyasana, Savikalpa, Sulpanam activity, Karma, Ayam Brahmanaga, we start enjoying that quietude. So, ನನಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ಮೈ ಮರೆತು ಮುಂದೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಮರ್ತು ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ದಟ್ ನಿಧಿಧ್ಯಾಸನ ಸವಿಕಲ್ಪಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಸವಿಕಲ್ಪಕ್ಕಿಂತ ನಿರ್ವಿಕಲ್ಪಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮರ್ತು ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ವಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಎಂಜಾಯಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎ ರಸಸ್ವಾದ. ಸೊ that you should not get lost in it. Okay. Again, you have to make an effort. Oh, where am I? Suddenly, you must think, where am I? I've started enjoying this state. I have to go further. Another gnapaskobeku now. So these are the four obstacles which come in the place of during this Nidhidhyasana as we go to Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So here, when he is talking about it, Drishyam Pratitam Pravilapayansan Sanmatra Mananda Ganam Vibha. Cause ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ವ್ಯಾನಿಶ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಬ್ಲಿಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಆನಂದ. ಏನೋ ಸನ್ಮಾತ್ರ ಆನಂದ ಗನ ಅದನ್ನ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಆವಾಗ ಸಡನ್ಲಿ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಸಮಾಹಿತ ಬಹಿರಂತರ್ಯವ ಕಾಲಂ ನಯೇತ ಸತಿ ಕರ್ಮ ಬಂದೆ. ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ಅಂತ ಟೈಮ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ವಾಚ್ಫುಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ರೆಸಿಡ್ಯೂಯಲ್ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ. See, when everything you think you have achieved and you are ಆನಂದದ ಬ್ಲಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋವಾಗ suddenly you must be watchful that these thoughts are likely to come up. Residual prarabdha thing, you must be watchful about it. So if you look at it as a sakshi, then gradually it will disappear. But if you get involved in it, then you can't come out of it, alva? This is an obstacle. It's a residual one. It will take, it's coming up, it's going, let it go. You must again develop the sakshi bhava there. So adanne so time alone can help us in moving forward. Okay. Then we can also do tumba adanna mana kaadidre, we can pray. So that is why they say ee kashayana they actually compare to halahala, Shiva. You know that Visha. When he drinks all that thing, Samudra Manthandal Barovaga, when that liquid comes, there is poison andaga, he keeps the Visha and takes the rest of the liquid, alva. And the halal is stopped here, alva. So this Samudra Manthan story in Purana is nothing but our effort to enter into meditation. We are churning the mind. Lot of good thoughts, bad thoughts come. They are the asuras and devas. And during that, some good thoughts also come, constructive thoughts come, innovative ideas come. So, Kaustubamani, Lakshmi, Airavata, so many things come up in that Samudramanthan, alva. And some productive thoughts also come. Meditation, scientists have got all these thoughts. If every scientist who has innovated something new or discovered something, was all thoughts which came in his deep concentration, alva. So some good things also come out. Some bad things also come out. So good things are all productive. We can definitely put it, but again, we should not get lost in it. Siddhigal baratte. Siddhigal baratte. Miraculous powers baratte. But we should not get lost in that. We are looking for Amrita. Alva? But Amrita barak munche, hala hala baratte. Visha baratte. So this kashaya, this unwanted residual prarabdha, kashaya is also called as hala hala in the is compared to that. So that Samudramanthan story is related to our nothing but churning of the mind, and moving towards samadhi. So that is what he refers to as residual prarabdha here. So a residual prarabdha ಏನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಏನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕ time kala. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ Shiva is also called as kala, hala hala. Alva?
Kala Bhairava.
Kala Bhairava. So time alone can take us away from that kashaya. So we can't do anything about it. Suppressed ಏನೇನಿದೆ, ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಜನ್ಮದ ಏನೇನ್ ವಾಸನೆಗಳಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? So it comes, but when it comes, you should be able to recognize it. ಆ ರೆಕಗ್ನಿಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇವಾಗ ಇಂಥ ವೇದಾಂತ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಓದಿ ಇದಾಗಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ತಾನೇ ನಮ್ಗೆ we will be conscious about it. If we are not told about it, how will we be conscious about it? Alva? So that is why the study of Shastra is important. These are all the obstacles which come, and this is how you deal with them. So be mindful of it when you sit for Nidhidhyasana. So adanna helake, that is why I told you this the topic of Nidhidhyasana. We'll touch upon it somewhere here and there. So this is an important thing. Like other things, nidde barodu, mind going here away, there being, it's good. But this kashaya, not many people know about it. Alva? Adike Shankaracharya has mentioned about that part, that residual prarabdha, be watchful about it. And what? Only time. Kalam nayetaha. Only time alone can take away that. And just a minute, one call barta ide, let me just check. Hello? Okay. 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 So that is what this whole thing is about. Okay. Anything more? Doubt idiyamma, because luckily I some other adalli Nidhidhyasana bandittu, so I had done this. That's why I could relate that to this.
Like the full picture siktu within class ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
That's it. So shall we stop here today?
Okay, ma'am.